Hey everyone, welcome back to Fun in the Locker Room. Sean Rankel, Liam Hallway, Truett Carstetter. As always, discussing everything in the world of sports, hot takes, recapping all the headlines, making predictions, all that great stuff. We got a lot to talk about. A lot of NFL headlines this offseason. A lot of headlines coming out of joint practices. We'll talk about our practices even worth it. I don't think so, but there's legitimate reasons for them to be a thing. MLB post trade deadline. Did Otani get traded? Spoiler, no, he didn't. We'll talk about that. A lot of other teams making some moves. I'm sure we'll have a great time talking about the Mets. Um, and some other stuff as the season is coming down to the wire and postseason seeding is to be determined. NBA has been rather quiet. A little bit of Team USA stuff going on that we could talk about. A few injuries. Did James Harden get his pizza parties? We'll talk about that. So all this, you're definitely going to want to stick around for the next hour. Fun in the locker room as always. Don't forget the YouTube channel where we're posting all the recordings, the Twitter where we're trying to get involved with the fans, polls, and everything like that, and just stay up to date with everything we got going on. As always, we'll wrap up with Hoops Grid, some birthdays, but for now, let's get into it. Let's start with the NFL. You guys choose a headline. Where do we start?
I guess let's get the headlines out of the way. I know we talked about Zach Martin last time. We were pretty, I think, opinionated that he shouldn't get a new deal, but as in most cases in the NFL, Jerry Jones got it done, got the deal done back in camp. Big news for the Cowboys. I think another strong piece around that line, and if they're going to try to compete in a now loaded NFC East, it's a good deal for them.
So, Rank, do you have the details of the deal?
Yeah, I was pulling it up right now.
Like, how much of an increase was this? Because we were talking about last time on the show, he was already like when he got his contract a few years ago, it was already relatively a massive contract. So, how much of an increase was this?
I don't think it was much. I think it was more of a rework than anything else,
Gotcha.
and I think he probably got 2 million more is roughly what I'm seeing. So not that much more. I think it was more he just giving in, and they met somewhere in the middle that appeased him a little bit, but I don't think it made him the highest paid left tackle in the league.
Interesting. Yeah, and I mean, this is smart for I think a few reasons. Jerry Jones is a very image guy, in terms of his team, himself, the personnel, and I don't think he's the type of guy that would let a player holdout really sit for a while, and bring bad publicity to the team. So I'm not really surprised that if a team tried to do this, it was tried to, be so quick in giving a new contract. It was Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. You guys got anything on it? Anything else? I mean, it's
Other
pretty
headlines, I
straightforward.
guess,
Yeah.
bigger headlines or more closer relating headlines. Dalvin Cook joining Aaron Rodgers and Jets land is going to be a fantasy nightmare. No longer be able to draft Brees Hall with the whole committee situation, but Jets' point of view, it seems like it's a good deal of business.
Liam, you're kind of our Jets fan in house a little bit. Yeah. So what does this look like on the depth chart?
I think Brees coming back from injury, I think this is a great pickup for the Jets to have that veteran presence too, that not only Aaron Rodgers brings, but Dalvin brings. I think it's going to be good for the team. And to win that division, they're going to need depth. As soon as Brees Hall went down last year, that's when the Jets offense really started to flounder. They had injuries all across the board, and then boom, quarterback problems popped up right away. Um, Now that you have Rodgers, that's not going to happen. But if Brees Hall can't stay healthy, they have a guy who's proven he could score. I think this is a great move for the Jets, and it's kind of like a division-winning move in my opinion.
Wow. Okay. That's a bold statement. I don't want to like beat a dead horse because I know last time and the time before we were talking about the running back market, but how surprised, I guess, are you that Dalvin Cook and his talents um, got signed to such a small deal and very late in his free agency?
really not surprising. I think this is just what's going to happen from now on. Running backs just aren't as valuable as they used to be because they don't stay on the field for a long time. We saw this with that guy. What was it, David Johnson, who
Yeah.
was
Dude.
all pro for like 2 years and then fell off a cliff.
Wow.
Running backs, they're just not built for longevity anymore, and it's sad, but that is the harsh reality,
Dude, that was my fantasy goat. David
right?
Johnson was such a god.
Yeah, I think the other problem is there's just so much running back talent out there these days. Like the other move, Ezekiel Elliott went to the Patriots, and you just look around the NFL and getting ready for like fantasy drafts, things like that. You look around and there's not many NFL teams that have just one running back that's going to get the ball every single play like it used to be. There's no Adrian Peterson in the league anymore. There's a lot of these committees where guys shuffle in and out, and it's just the different way the running back position is these days, and it's good for the teams, bad for other things.
Yeah,
I don't know if
that's
it
that's a good way to put it.
I, I don't know if it speaks to the physicality of the league now, or maybe just who he was as an athlete, but all this running back stuff just makes me think how the fuck did how the fuck did Frank Gore
Yeah.
make it so long in this league? These running backs really can't go more than 3 years of in their prime. It's kind of ridiculous a little bit.
It's all luck, in my opinion. It's the same type of thing with how Brady was able to be so successful. He never really had a super terrible injury. I mean, he missed a season, but Frank Gore, how do you go 20 seasons in the NFL as a running back? It's pure luck.
It's not going to happen again.
No.
It's like one of those unbreakable records almost at this point. Like no running back can be doing that anytime soon.
Yeah. While we're on the Jets, is that what's is Hard Knocks? That's on the Jets this year, right?
Yeah.
Has that come out yet, or are they waiting to release it? I don't know if
They're releasing a week. They're releasing it week by week.
Yeah.
So basically, they record a
Yeah.
week and they release it the week after.
I see. Okay.
It's been really good.
Have you guys I haven't seen any, and I just have a genuine question. How has the relationship between Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson been? If there is one.
It seems very mentorship. I think Rodgers is really.
Yeah.
He hasn't talked about much, but in anything I've seen about Rodgers, he seems to be very supportive. Like argument's sake, the first play of the Hall of Fame game, Zach Wilson had a throw down the left side of the field that was like a perfect throw, 30 yards down the field. And after the game, he said Rodgers made the play call. Like that was he hyping up Rodgers. So it seems that they've formed a trust and the ability that maybe down the line in a couple of years when Rodgers retires, Zach Wilson can step in maybe.
Oh God. Do they still have Mike
Step in.
White, or is he out of there?
Mike White's in Miami. He's back up to a.
Yeah, I just remember Zach Wilson saying that any QB that came in, he was gonna make their life hell. So I didn't know if there was sure you can stand by that philosophy, but then when Aaron Rodgers comes into your quarterback room, you might as well just give up and try and be friends with him. But I don't know.
Liam would know about this more than me, but I've heard reports coming out of Hard Knock stuff that the bigger thing is that the Rob Saleh Aaron Rodgers relationship, that Rob Saleh kind of seemed like a bitch in the aspect that Rodgers runs the team and the head coach just does nothing.
Yeah, I don't really know how that's gonna work out. Hard Knocks, they've kind of been not really I wouldn't say they're buddy. Just put it that way.
You know who
I
is
think,
buddy
I don't
though? The clips I've seen, Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson are best friends.
Yeah.
They got a nice little celly too.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I don't
I
know.
mean,
I like
take a
the
step
Jets
back,
have a
it's
lot
like
of goons.
It's like a
Yeah.
40-year-old man and a 20-year-old just best friends, and just outside of football and be like, what the fuck?
Dude, that's Team Chem, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. They're gonna come different this year.
Yeah, that's fair.
They can figure out the offensive line situation.
Rotating a little bit to other young quarterbacks, but this time rookie quarterbacks. We have a plethora of rookie quarterback talent coming to the league. I guess now's the time we can make some predictions. Now we've seen a little bit of training camp, but not preseason yet. Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, etc. Other names. Which one are you picking to be your horse for this year as the best rookie quarterback?
Not Bryce Young for me. I know that
Why do you say that?
because he plays in our division.
I saw a meme that said like Bryce Young is like a background quarterback, just like the way he like drops back, looks like he's got like no care in the world whatsoever.
Yeah. I saw that. It looks like he's playing a flag football game with like nobody rushing. Hilarious. I hope my hope is that CJ Stroud is the best. I watched a video on the history of the Houston Texans the other day, and it showed all their quarterbacks, and it made me really sad because it was like Matt Schaub and then Deshaun Watson for like 3 years, and that was literally it. They had just had bums. And I really hope CJ is kind of their guy. I would like to see them, have some uniformity and have an actual quarterback for their future.
Yeah, that's just like a. Do you think Texans fans are real people? Like, do they exist?
When I went down to Houston last summer, I was in the Uber with a guy who was, I swear to God, the biggest Texans fan. He was just so depressed. He was so depressed.
Dude, imagine getting ready for the season, and this is like a couple years back, but like you're getting ready for the season, you're just excited, like go Lamar Miller, like that, go,
Yeah.
like that was like their guy at one point, and that's such a sad statement in itself.
Yeah, Davis Mills, like
yeah,
Brock Osweiler.
Oh my God, I forgot they tossed him that bag.
Engineered the first like NBA trade of like trading away Brock Osweiler and picks to just get rid of the contract. Like it had never been done in the NFL until Brock Osweiler.
Yeah.
I guess these rookie quarterbacks, I think a bunch of them threw picks on their first drive of the season, which is expectable. Thinking long term, I think Anthony Richardson has the most upside. He's like a really fun prospect, and I really hope he does well with the Colts. I think he's gonna have a lot of early pains though, because he doesn't seem to be the most accurate guy in the world. So Bryce Young, to be honest, is probably built for the most immediate success, but I think long term it's gonna be Anthony Richardson. I think Bryce Young will have a similar to a Kyler Murray career where they're gonna pan out for a little bit, but once you realize he's 5'9" and can't see over anything, like he can't do much.
That's a strong statement there, Sean. A Kyler Murray type career.
Wow.
Pretty much set him up for failure.
5'9" and can't see over anything. Wow.
He can't.
Interesting. There have been a couple 5'9" quarterbacks that have done pretty well in the NFL, right?
Well, yeah, but those guys are. Drew Brees is more of a passing quarterback, and Bryce Young seems to be a runner.
Speaking of 5'9" quarterbacks,
yeah, I was thinking of another one.
Yeah, let's talk about year 2, Russell Wilson in Denver. Could it get any worse? And I'm kind of joking and kind of serious at the same time. Like, could it get any worse this season? He has to go up from here.
It can't get worse because of the man that's now leading the team, Mr. Sean Payton.
I should have known.
Yep. I'm not happy that he's there. I'm really not happy that he's there, but man, I'm telling you, it's going to be different in Denver this year. Jerry Jeudy's going to have a great year, and Russ is going to have a comeback season. I think the Broncos are in prime position to challenge the Chargers for second place in that division.
Wow. Wow, there's a lot to unpack there. Sean, any response to that?
Yeah, let's hear from the resident Chargers fan.
I agree with lots of what Liam was saying. The AFC West second place seems like a Chargers-Broncos race. I really think Russell Wilson's going to bounce back. They have a great young tight end. They have great wide receivers around him. They have a decent running back situation. The defense has always been a plus in that aspect. Literally, we talked about last year that if Russell Wilson would have scored 18 freaking points, he would have been a playoff team by far. Like, it's ridiculous. So I don't think they get much worse. Sean Payton's been saying the right things. He's got a little controversy, but I think in general he's going to put them into shape. He's making Russell Wilson a better quarterback, and I legitimately think that they don't challenge the Chargers. I think they could challenge the Chiefs first place in that division.
Wow.
Okay, you took what Liam said and just doubled it. Jesus. This is like related but a little unrelated. How about this like little mini beef between Sean Payton and Jets players for like bashing the coach? And I just find it a little entertaining. Like when it was like not the first thing he said, but maybe it was like the second or third thing that came out, and he was talking about like no bucket hats, you keep your uniform on, and no sideline interviews. And then one of the Jets players just to like shit on him, like when he was done in the preseason game, like took off his jersey, put on a bucket hat, and was doing a sideline interview. It was just like I don't know. I mean, it's so minor, it's like so trivial, but like I'm kind of here for it. This little beef.
Week 5 will be a lot of fun.
I love it. Sean Payton already in their head. It's unbelievable. That's a Hall of Fame coach right there, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. What else do we got going on? We talked about Aaron Rodgers a little bit.
I want to hear your thoughts on some guys that are, you know, in a position to have a bounce back year. We'll start off. Are there any Kyle Pitts believers out there?
So he's got the talent. Like he's so good, and there's so much talent there that he should be this good. But I did fantasy draft last week, and I can't bring myself to draft him again. Like it happened last year, and I can't do it again. Like I just hurt all year.
That was going to be my follow-up question, Rank. Are you going to draft him?
No, I refuse to. But in a better division now, in a worse division, but like a more stable quarterback situation, hopefully, maybe he can bounce back. But I have no faith until he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, he's still on the Falcons, right? Like he didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now that they have like isn't Drake London? I mean, he had an okay rookie year, but like assuming he takes a step up as a pass catcher, Kyle Pitts, I'm going to be completely honest. This might be a little disrespectful. He wasn't even really on my radar thinking about like fantasy drafts. That might be a mean thing to say, but
after what he did last year, it's not too crazy. Okay, I want to ask you guys about my guy that I drafted in the first round last year and didn't turn out to be that good of a pick. Najee Harris. What do you guys think about him?
I guess I can start first again. I think he had everything set up for him last year. He had no other running back. He was a bell cow back in an offense that likes to run the ball with a rookie quarterback. I don't know how he didn't do better. Like literally, it makes no logical sense. Saying all that, I do think he bounces back to some extent, but he's not a first round guy. He's probably a second or third round late RB1, early RB2 guy, but he does have the potential. And as you spoke earlier, there's not many bell horse guys, and I think he's probably one of them.
Yeah, not to like divert a little bit, but you have me thinking now, like all the running back by committee stuff we've been talking about, like this really changes the way you draft in fantasy. Just because I've always thought like you got to get those bell cow running backs first. But to answer the question, I mean, is it too simple to say just sophomore slump? You know, I know that's kind of a bailout answer, but it happens to players. It's very common. I would say he bounces back. You know, why not? Year 3, he's going into. I don't see why there's any reason that he would not at least return to somewhat of that rookie year form.
So you think he's going to go from the sophomore slump to the junior jump? Is that fair to say?
Is that a saying?
No.
Junior jump. Oh, I was going to say that's pretty good.
You like that?
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it.
That
Give
was
him
off
the
the
junior
dome.
jump stamp of approval.
I like that. I like that a lot. I think I hope that he has a bounce back year because what he did to my fantasy team, I don't want that to happen to anybody else because I'm staying far away from him. Last guy I want to ask you guys about, Matthew Stafford. He had some injuries last year, and you know the Rams I don't think that it's unfair to call them the most disappointing team of last season. Do you guys think he's gonna be able to lead them again, maybe into the playoffs, or at least to be in contention?
I got to take off my Seahawks fan hat when I say this. Um, I've always hated the Rams. Well, I'm already putting it back on, I guess. I've always hated the Rams, but I've always like also respected them just because they do have a lot of talent. They're a well-run organization. They obviously just won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Um, yeah, I mean, Matthew Stafford was just kind of a combination of inconsistent play and injury. Obviously, didn't he like no, he didn't actually get it, but they're saying the injury like that he got, like some people get Tommy John for.
I think
Isn't that wasn't that him?
I think so. It was either him or Josh
Yeah.
Allen. It might have been Josh Allen.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I mean, but he was injured regardless. I might have gotten the
Yeah.
injury wrong, but um, at the same time, all the projections I'm seeing and predictions from like ESPN and everything really aren't high on the Rams, which I'm so shocked for because usually they're for lack of a better phrase, they're just sucking off the Rams. Um, so I mean, I don't know. I think they're key to having a bounce back year after a terrible Super Bowl hangover is Matthew Stafford's play. Cooper Kupp's not going anywhere. The defense has been a little shaky, to be honest. The whole roster just kind of shaky compared to what it used to be. But I think it does kind of key around Ken Stafford, play like the guy that he's been consistently, in Detroit and in LA.
Yeah. I feel like every ESPN thing I see has like the Rams rated as like literally one of the worst rosters in the NFL, and it doesn't seem to make much sense to me because like obviously they probably have a lot of holes, but if you think about big name skill position players, they still have them. They still have the Cooper Kupps. They still have Cam Akers. They still have Ramsey still on the team. Like they have talented players on the team. Aaron Donald's still there for God's sake, one of the best defenders in the league. Do I see them bouncing back to? They'll probably compete for a playoff spot. Let's put it at that. They'll be 8,
Yeah.
9, 9, 8, somewhere around there, competing for a playoff spot is where I have them there. And I think Stafford will improve, but I don't think they're going to make a lot of noise in the NFL this year. But better than the ESPN projected that.
Yeah, I completely agree. I couldn't believe like how low that they've been rated. They haven't really lost anybody, and they have people coming back that they lost last season. Like what Aaron Donald played 11. So I don't know. He didn't play the full season last year.
No.
Neither did Stafford. They had issues at running back. Like everything that could have went wrong for them did, and they have a good roster. So
Great roster.
yeah, I think it's really I don't know. It's a little puzzling that they're rated so low. I guess with the fact that the Seahawks really, made a jump last season, they really kind of overperformed. I guess it would be fair to say that their division's harder, but the Cardinals are going to be one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
The Niners
Yeah.
are going to be one of the best. That's a given, but I don't know. That second spot, Trude, I don't want to ruffle your feathers.
No, that's
It's
fine.
not going to be a gimme. Just say that.
No, of course it's not going to be gimme. And, forget about last season. Most of the roster from that Super Bowl winning team is still there. You know what I mean? Like, I really, it does kind of baffle me a little bit why they're downplaying it. It's kind of disrespectful to our division as a whole, to be honest. But, um, yeah, I mean, this Rams, it's still Stafford. I actually just looked it up. I don't know if it's better or worse than what I originally said, but Stafford missed 8 games because of concussions and a spinal injury. So that's not good. But yeah, I digress. I don't see why they wouldn't, a healthy Rams team wouldn't make a serious jump back into contention. All right.
Yeah.
49ers QB situation. I see that Sean has a hot take. I'm dying to hear about this hot take.
Yeah. Last year, my hot take beginning of the season was that Jimmy Garoppolo was going to start more games than any other quarterback for the 49ers last year, and that came true. And this year, I am not buying the Brock Purdy hype at all. I think he's an overrated quarterback who is going to, the now defenses have a year to look him over. He'll start the season, and he's going to be atrocious the first 3 weeks. That Sam Darnold will start more games than Brock Purdy this year and lead them to the Super Bowl.
Okay, you didn't have to add that last part in there. You could have just kept it at Sam
They
Darnold.
have been consistently an NFC Championship team, and I think Sam Darnold is. They somebody call him the best quarterback, best like physical quarterback to have been in that room since I don't know when, and it's probably true. Like talent wise, he's probably the best one there.
Yeah, I from what I've heard, I don't think Purdy's been too good this preseason. Um, but hey, go Sam Darnold. You do your thing, man. San Clemente kid. Gotta have respect for him.
He's got the talent, Liam. He's more talented than Jimmy Garoppolo. He's more talented than Brock Purdy. Like, if anybody can get the best of him, it's Kyle Shanahan.
Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100. Sean, you could be playing quarterback for the Niners next year, and they could have Super Bowl aspirations. I feel like we've had this conversation over and over again these past 3 years. You said that you don't believe in Brock Purdy, but when he came in last year, you were bowing down to him.
No, it was not.
Jimmy Garoppolo, you've had a crush on him since we started the show.
That I did.
Oh my God, are you gonna be a Raiders fan now?
It's
No.
Sam
Gotta
Darnold.
follow him.
There's no way. There's no way. Sam Darnold is not a Super Bowl contending quarterback. I'm sorry.
He's barely a roster quarterback. Like
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, fine. Then I'll keep the first out of take. I think he starts more games than Trey Lance than Brock Purdy.
I hope that they have a like a Rams-esque season.
They won't though. They're too talented.
Rank it. I'm just picturing like Tuesday, Wednesday nights. You just right before you go to bed, you're just like, how can I craft the hottest 49ers take, hottest, most delusional 49ers take of all time?
You'll say this at the beginning of every season.
Every
season,
more and more delusional.
Every year they're still there. Every year you make fun of my quarterback takes on them.
It's not because of the quarterbacks. It's not.
They have like if you had to grade every one of their position groups, they get an A or an A+ in everything except for quarterback.
Brock Purdy's the difference this year. No, sorry, no. Sam Darnold's the difference this year.
What you really should be saying, Rank, and I'm surprised you didn't lead with this, is now that Jimmy's out of there, they're gonna go like 0-17 or something. I was really expecting that take. I didn't. I'm surprised that you didn't lead with that, to be honest.
God, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm on the Sam Darnold hype train right now.
Rank, if they do end up just severely underperforming, and it's like it's common belief that it's because Jimmy's not there, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll buy you something nice.
Happy.
I won't. Will not be doing that. I hope the Niners are terrible. I don't know why you like them, Rank. I really don't.
I don't understand the hate for them. They're a really well-run organization.
Let's move on. We talked about this a little bit in our group chat. Joint practices. Truett, you were pretty heated. I want to hear your thoughts on.
Yeah, I mean, okay, joint practices, and I'm not an expert on joint practices. I don't really know what goes on, how they schedule it, whatever. All I see though, every time this happens, is just bad headlines. Somebody got injured. Fights broke out. Who was it the other day that the Jets like flaked on someone, and so whatever team they were having a joint practice with had to practice at the Giants stadium or something. And it's so like they got stood up by another team. And I don't think it was a close team. I think it was like a team that was like they probably had to get on a plane and everything. And I just really don't get it because okay, I understand if in principle it's so that you can practice against obviously people that don't know your play calls and stuff like that, and get some real exposure. Sure, whatever. But you know what? That's what preseason's for. You're just kind of giving away your plays and your play style. There's always fights that break out. There was a video that came out where there was like a scrum or something, and I don't know if they could see who threw it, but like a helmet goes flying, like someone had thrown a helmet or something, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, what are we doing here? I really just don't get the pros to this. I mean, please, somebody provide a legitimate reason why joint practices actually exist.
To answer one part of your question, The team was the Bucks, who were supposed to come up and play the Jets, but apparently they only had one joint practice, and the rumor is because Rob Saleh was not going to be able to attend the second practice, and he was worried it would look bad if he was not at practice on Hard Knocks, so they decided to cancel the practice.
Oh wow, okay.
But
what a joke.
In general, I think what they did was when they removed the fourth preseason game and only made it 3 preseason games, they decided to add a joint practice. But I agree. It just seems like there's just constant fighting, and like everybody's getting into fights, no matter the person. Like Travis Kelce got into a fight with his own teammate. Like I think there's just
it's a lot of same teammate shit. The same teammate shit too. It's like that's what kind of surprises me the most is when those headlines come out.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
The only I don't know. Whenever I hear the word joint practice, I just think of D-Hop breaking D'Angelo Hall's ankles after they were talking crap to each other. I totally agree. There's nothing good that comes out of it.
Yeah, I will say that it does make for some interesting clips that come out. Like as a fan, you kind of have to be like, that was cool. D-Hop, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I just don't get it. I don't know. Am I unreasonably heated about this, or I mean, I don't think they're really. I'm sure the league and the teams aren't in a position to not a position, more of they don't really have the incentive to change anything. Like, why change it? But
the teams must like them because actually otherwise they'd be gone because they seem pointless unless the teams like them.
They're not mandatory. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see why the players would like it. You this whole off season happens, and you've just been practicing and they do dummy drills and everything. They're not going full speed or anything, and so this is your first taste of it. Again, I think that's what preseason's for, but I can see why players have something to look forward to. I don't know.
Maybe change the scenery. They like it. I don't know. Get out of their old routine and try a new one.
That's fair. What other headlines do we have in the NFL before we?
I want to talk the Jonathan Taylor situation briefly because that came out since we last talked, and the whole situation of. So from what I heard, he was holding out because he wanted a bigger contract, and then Jim Irsay, the Colts owner, said, "Well, we'll just suspend you for the season, and you'll just keep being our player till every free agency because he came back injured." And then he wasn't going to pay them. I don't even know where it's standing now. I think he's back at training camp, kind of, but it seemed like a really messy situation that the Colts owner seems a little crazy for.
What did the Colts owner say about was that him where that quote came out and he's like, Jonathan Taylor will be gone in a couple of years and I could be gone and the world will move on or something? I'm paraphrasing, but there was something like that. And I was like, what the hell?
Dying.
What are you saying?
Weird thing to say about your franchise player.
Exactly. Kind of seemed like there was a hidden agenda with that quote. And I was like, the fuck?
If they don't want him, send him down to NOLA. We'll take him.
Oh my god. So is he 2 questions, I guess. Why, if he hasn't said so, why did he hold out? And second of all, what do you think actually ends up happening day one of the regular season?
I think he held out for money wise. I'm not sure how the hell he's back because no offense, if my boss called me and said that if I died or he died, no one would care. I feel like it would take me a little bit to be able to get back to work. But I guess he's back and he'll be starting week 1.
Yeah, holdouts and running backs. I mean, what else is new? I'll tell you who fucked it up, and he came out and he admitted that he fucked his own situation up, is Le'Veon Bell when he held out with the Steelers. I think he came out recently and said, yeah, I kind of fucked up too. But now everyone's just I don't know. I'm feeling really opinionated today, but I just hate holdouts, dude. Just come on. Just play. I mean, I get it. It's a super injury prone sport, especially the running back position, like we've talked about 100 times. So if you want your money and you're guaranteed money, sure, do what you got to do. But come on, it's just negative publicity. And if they end up holding out for the season like Le'Veon Bell did, you're fucking over the fans, dude. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like when someone has load management and like they save all the fans save all their money to like go see that game, and you see those clips and everything, and it's just like, come on, dude, you're fucking over the fans, really. Just fucking play the sport, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, in most situations, I agree. But obviously, there's some crazy ones where they need to get paid. But it does piss me off. I'm happy Saquon's back and playing, personally.
Yeah, yeah. What else we got in the NFL?
I don't think much. I think MLB time.
I want to talk about the NFC North. I think it's going to be the most fun division in football because it's going to be run by the Bears and the Lions this year.
Wow, you're really pushing down the Vikings.
Yeah. What type of statement is that?
Kirk Cousins?
What about him? They don't have a running back anymore. He can go shop at Kohl's, get his flannels, stay in his book club. That's for you, Kirk.
Hey, Kirk Cousins is catching touchdowns now in practice. It's a dual threat. He's a tri-threat, actually.
Justin Fields is going to be top 3 in MVP this year.
Wow.
And I think that division it's going to be sick. It's going to be an overhaul. No more Packers Vikings. It's going to be run by the Bears and the Lions.
Todd is writing down that quote. Oh, you better be right, or else we're never gonna forget that. Justin Fields top 3 in MVP.
Wow.
It's gonna be Lamar, comeback season, Michael Thomas, and then Justin Fields. No, on a serious note,
I don't know what type of drugs you took this morning. But...
I do have a hot take for you guys, and this is steaming. And it kind of pains me to say because he's a Falcon, but I think not only will Bijan Robinson win Offensive Rookie of the Year, I think he's going to win Offensive Player of the Year.
Wow. Okay. No, I mean, you must really feel that way if you're going to talk about a Falcon player that way. So,
that's the one.
I can get behind that take.
He's got the keys to the kingdom.
Who's their QB down there now? Is this still Mariota?
No, it's Desmond Ridder.
Yeah, exactly. Dude's going to have 250 all-purpose yards a game, and Falcons are still going to lose by 30.
All right, Liam, do you believe in the Lions hype? I feel like the Lions are getting overhyped. I understand the Bears hype. I can understand, and I'm still on board the Vikings because they did really well last year, and I think they bring back more guys. And Alexander Mattison has shown he can replace Dalvin Cook when needed. I don't think they have a running back problem. I don't get the Detroit Lions side. I know they finished well last season, but plenty of teams finished well the season before and bombed the year after. Look at the Jets.
I think they got Jamar Gibbs in the draft. He's going to be a beast. David Montgomery's their backup. That's a really good running back core. I think, Amon-Ra St. Brown, dog. Marvin Jones Jr., dog. If Jameson Williams didn't decide to do a little sports gambling, if he wasn't fixing parlays on the side, I know he just got hurt too. He's missing all preseason, but he's out 6 games. I think this team's going to be good. I really did.
Stop shit though. They had a great offense. They could not stop anybody. They were having 40-point games every week. Like that's not sustainable. Like Detroit Lions are winning shootouts.
Yeah, but now they're playing against the Vikings, who literally just have Justin Jefferson. And you said Madison is like a good, he stepped up when Dalvin Cook was out. Well, he's going to have to step up every game now because Dalvin Cook's not there. So it's Justin Jefferson and then some cheeseheads in Wisconsin that literally, they don't know what they're doing. So I think that's 4 wins right there. They'll take a game off the Bears. They always do. And then, they're going to find a way. I think they're going to win the division. I really do.
Wow. Just a quick side, random fact. I've recently met someone who, one of their college buddies was Jordan Love.
Really?
So he's got high hopes for him.
Well,
but that's just random. I mean, I can get behind the Packers not being contending in that division. As much as I want to take a steaming dump on the Vikings at every chance I get, I do got to be a little realistic. I think they'll be fine. I think that they'll contend for that division. Rank, are you in my boat or are you in Liam's boat?
No, I'm firmly in your boat, Truett. I think the Packers will be bad. I think the Vikings will contend for that division, and the Lions will do better than they have in the past. But I don't see them being this crazy team that everyone's predicting them to be. Like literally, everybody's thinking they're gonna like go crazy, and they're gonna maybe get a playoff spot, hopefully. But that's as far as they go. And Chicago's a year away. They have the pieces. They're getting there, but I don't think they're going to put it all together this year. I think they're another year under their belt to get that defense
Liam,
and
there's a lot of room in our boat here, buddy. If you want to come back and join us, our boat
People
called
forget.
reality.
People forget the Vikings last year were by far and away the luckiest team in the NFL.
That is fair.
By far and away. They went 13-4 with a negative point differential.
You have some talent to be lucky, though.
I do not think that they can do that again. And I think that they're going to be going back to reality. They're going to finish 7-10 next year behind both the Bears and the Lions. Lucky if they're 7-10. Yep.
Oh my God.
Well, I was gonna say, I guess we're gonna switch to baseball, and unfortunately, Liam is just gonna stray farther and farther from reality. I'm sure. Big spoiler: Shohei Ohtani did not get traded. Still an Angel, but I don't know how much longer it's gonna be, considering the Angels have sucked since the deadline. I'm not even gonna say that team's name, but some team tore it down. They're planned for 2024. And then some other teams made some minor moves. A lot of teams are doing better after the deadline. A lot of teams are doing worse. What team do you guys want to start with?
I want to talk about.
You just want to rip off the Band-Aid? We can rip off the Band-Aid if you want.
I want to talk about Ohtani. We had some colliding opinions on what was going to happen with him at the trade deadline, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I kind of, it was kind of clear. It was clear to me, at least. The Angels weren't going to be the team to trade away possibly the greatest athlete of all time, and they didn't. Now, does this mean he's going to resign there? Absolutely not.
Dude, they might not even make the playoffs anymore.
No, they're out of it. Unfortunately for you, Truett, he's probably going to be a Dodger. So
I still think he's going to Seattle.
Yeah, you said that last time too. That would be. I think he would look good in a Mariners uniform, to be honest.
I would.
Liam, I understand you were right that he can get traded, but can you agree he should have been traded at this point? Like, this is ridiculous. The Angels suck. They have nothing going on. They're about to lose the greatest player in MLB history for nothing. They'll get a compensatory draft pick at some point, and that's it. Like, this was the biggest blunder of all time. I am so happy the Mets sold, because look at the Yankees and the Angels right now, and they goddamn wish they sold.
I just, if you're any, like, if you have any, I guess, if you like the Angels even a little bit, and they sell Ohtani and Mike Trout just rots away on that team, man, I don't know how you could just be a fan anymore. So I think if they traded Ohtani, boom, the Angels just go under. They're gonna be they won't be a baseball team in like 10 years, I bet, if they traded Ohtani.
Well, now will they be?
They still have Mike Trout. I don't know, dude. It's just like you can't trade away the best player ever. You saw what happened when the Red Sox traded Babe Ruth to the Yankees. Dude went on to be the great Bambino. It was a move that put the Red Sox under the great curse. They didn't win a World Series for 100 years, And
the Angels won't win any for 100 years either way.
That's probably true, but at least they had two of the goats. You can't just trade away the goats.
Are you surprised that? I mean, a lot of their moves looked like they were good moves for contending and everything. Are you surprised that they've gone on this losing streak and kind of shut that door?
Yeah, I really am.
Are you fully surprised, Liam? Though, because this is the Angels. This happens every year.
I know, but it just it's sad. I don't want to see the best player ever to just flounder and have his team just stink around him. It's not good for the sport. It's terrible for the sport. If the Angels were in contention, it would be great. he's so much fun to watch. They have other players on the team that are like good too. It's just they just can't put it together at all. It's sad.
Yeah, it's I think last night they lost, and like the game was just on somewhere, and I saw the stat come up, and it was like Shohei Ohtani like grand slam, and it might have been like they were losing like 8-4. I mean, don't quote me on that, but it's just like, and then they just cut to Ohtani. It's just like it's so depressing, dude.
Yep. Shohei Ohtani hits a grand slam. The rookie that they just drafted got called up, gets his first hit, and they turn a game-saving triple play in the ninth inning, and the Angels lose 9-6. What's new?
Yeah, so it looks like this all-in move is kind of I don't know about backfiring, but I do want to say, and I think this would be a good way to ease you guys into this topic. Just fun little joke. Did you see what Pete Alonso did to that guy's first hit ball last night?
Yeah, that was
He
really
just
bad.
said, "Fuck you!" and just tossed it as far as he could.
Yeah, that was bad.
Maybe that wasn't a good way to ease you guys in, but
Pete, he
let's rip off
apologized.
the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk New York baseball.
I'm here. I'm here, guys. You can talk. Let's let me know how you feel.
It's been 3 weeks since the trade deadline. And at this point, I'm over it, and I'm happy they sold. They made the right decisions. They got pieces back. Obviously, it was very painful in the moment, and it's been painful since. They lost to the Braves. I don't even know how much. Like, that was a terrible game in my life.
21-3 is the
We
was
are
the final of that game.
one game above the Nationals, who may be predicted to have the most losses in MLB history this year. It's been a absolutely atrocious season, and I don't really see us competing next year, unfortunately, with our current team build-up unless we make some crazy off-season additions. We have one starting pitcher next year that I can pencil in as a World Series team starting pitcher. The rest of them are garbage. And we're not going to sign 4 starting pitchers in the offseason that are going to be World Series quality, because that's just not how that works. That's not how it's going to happen. So it's another year of retooling and another year waiting for 2025. But it is the life of a Mets fan.
I'm a little more optimistic than you are, Sean. I think that everything that could have went wrong did this year. We sold everybody. We now have a farm system. Still don't have any pitching in that farm system, unfortunately, but we have a ton of hitting prospects now. And we're only 7 games out of a wild card spot.
Yeah, I saw the other day. I was like, shit, they're like, look, he's still in it.
Yeah, 5-1 in our last 6. We are right now. We're fielding like a AAA team in the majors outside of like Pete and McNeil and Lindor. But this team is showing a lot more life than the usuals did the entire season. I think that next year we have Senga and Quintana as our starters. We need to go out and get 2 guys that can plug up the holes.
Like Snell.
We just need 2 guys that can like give us 5-6 innings once in a while. I think next year this team can't be as bad as it was. I think we're gonna be fighting for a wild card spot next year. And who knows? The Phillies last year looked like garbage the entire regular season, got hot at the end, boom, made the World Series. Baseball's a game just like that. Anything can happen. I don't know. I think we're going to be okay.
I don't just want to make one. I want to win the World Series.
I think we're okay.
I'm gonna be a total cock right now, and I'm kind of doing this because there's a screen in between us, so you can't like beat me up. But Scherzer's been really good since the deadline. He's been really fucking good.
Yeah. He has. But guess what? He was really shit for us when we needed him. He in every clutch situation, he shit the bed. Braves last year in that series where we could have clinched the division, shit the bed. Padres, he might have had the worst wild card like start I've ever seen. It just when we needed him most, he couldn't show up. And I'm glad he's gone. He needs to grow up too. He keeps running his mouth about the Mets. Like, oh, like we gave him the keys to the city.
He's a fucking asshole. and congrats, he's doing it in August baseball. Let's see him do it in fucking September, October, because he didn't do it in New York and he didn't do it in LA. He is a bum, and he's going to blow up for the Rangers. And I can't even wait because not only
there we go. That's the emotion I was looking for, Rank. There we go.
Not even just Scherzer not get a win a World Series this year. Neither does fucking DeGrom on the fucking IL. And the Rangers can just fucking implode and suck it off.
Who would have guessed that? They're still the little brother in Texas. Don't get me wrong. They will always be the little brother.
I do love that it's sort of Mets parody that all Mets exes live in Texas with Verlander, Scherzer, and DeGrom.
I don't know. I think we lied to Scherzer, and that got the ball rolling because we need to get him out to start unloading people. And we told him, we're not going to try and compete next year. I think we are definitely in a position to compete. I really do.
On the other hand, though, congrats to Verlander. I have no hard feelings against Verlander. I hope the Astros do well in the playoffs. He's a great job in New York. Love the man.
Now I'm rooting for the Astros.
Yeah.
That's a crazy statement. I do want to say Tommy Pham's also been kind of good. Not that I don't think that's going to strike a chord with you guys, but he's been pretty nice for the.
He was great for us because he played great for the Mets. We sold him high, and we got some good prospects in return. So
yeah,
it was perfect.
I saw this the other day, and I wasn't a baseball fan when they were both on the Tigers, but I saw something that came out like that. There's always been beef between Scherzer and Verlander.
Yep.
What's up with that?
I know Scherzer always thought Verlander was a quote unquote diva.
Pretty boy.
Yeah, I guess maybe he was just jealous of Upton, which I can't really blame him. But even when they were both Cy Young candidates on the Tigers, there was a little rift between them, and I guess they weren't grown enough to get over that. I know Verlander hasn't said anything about the Mets since he left, but same can't be said for that little boy over in Arlington.
All right, Mets fans. Anything else? Anything else you want to touch on?
I want to talk about other New York sports teams because it's going to be more fun. Because the Yankees absolutely sucked, and they are below 500, and they could finish below 500 for the first time in 30 years. And that has made me so happy right now to watch all the Yankees fans suck along with it. Because the Yankees have been absolutely terrible. I'm curious to see what they do because the Yankees never fire people, but will Boone or Cashman be gone? I doubt it. But they are in a way worse situation because they have all this money stocked up and their owner will not spend over luxury tax. And there's no future for them. They're in this middle ground of absolute absurdity. And they'll run it back again next year.
I find it so funny that they didn't want to pay Aaron Judge because if they didn't have him on their team, they wouldn't have won 30 games this year.
Dude, he's been out too, and
yeah, that's why they've been absolutely stinking.
Yeah,
he's literally the only guy keeping them afloat, and then he gets hurt and they stink, and they didn't want to pay him. It's just they are a broken franchise right now. They really are.
I love the Boone interviews because all my Yankees fans were literally predicting what Boone was going to say after the deadline. Yeah, we're having Nestor Cortez and Weisiga coming back from the injury list. That's basically a big trade deadline move. And then 5 minutes of the trade deadline, that's what Boone saying because that's the Yankee fucking mantra. And they're going to suck and they have nothing going for them going forward. Diego Herman got a perfect game and now off the team. Literally within 2 weeks.
Drunken Domingo.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, Rank, you seem a little opinionated about this.
Fuck the Yankees.
Yeah, fuck the Yankees.
Who else? What else are we gonna talk about?
I want to talk about one of the guys in your division, Truitt. Since the All-Star break, the Diamondbacks have been the worst team in the MLB.
Yes. Very, very big for us too. We're actually playing them right now in the middle of a series versus them. It should be a good day of baseball because I don't know if you guys heard there's I guess some storm hitting. There's some tropical storm that's supposed to hit us this weekend, so we moved the game to a doubleheader today, so it should be a good day of baseball. But yeah, the Diamondbacks have had the worst record since the deadline, which is it's awesome because they're the team right above us, and not only the division standings but the wild card race. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's something you chalk it up to, Liam, when you say that, but
No, it's crazy. They were ahead of the Dodgers by 2 games at one point. Now they're 13 back. Um, Everything that could have gone wrong for them just did. They stopped pitching and they stopped hitting. Um, they were my dark horse team
Yeah,
to make some noise too in the playoffs, and they just disappointing.
you were on the
Oh,
Diamondbacks all year, Liam.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They won a 9-game losing streak at
They're
one
only two
point. That
games
is
two games back out of the wild card spot, to be honest. So they have a chance, but
just, yeah, since July 14th, there's a lot more L's on their schedule than there are W's, that's for sure.
yeah. I mean, I hate to say this because it's a divisional opponent. I really like Corbin Carroll. He's like a very fun guy to watch.
He is 99
Like,
speed, hits for power, contact, good arm.
yeah, and it seems like they're not really getting good starts outside of when Gallen pitches, so I'm sure that contributes to some losses as well. I do want to kind of segue a little bit, just talk about the Padres. Um, I don't know. It's a lot of false hope I'm getting. I do want to say that I did recently go to the Padres Orioles game, and I went to the one game they lost in that series, which sucked. But that's just my luck with sporting events. Literally the game after I went to, the game after the game I went to, they hit their first grand slam of the season in the top of the first. It was just like just bad luck. But they're Padres, they're middling a little bit. They're since the deadline, obviously they didn't do what you guys did. They didn't trade away Snow and Hader and try to get off some of those contracts. And they kind of committed to going all in. They got Garrett Cooper, and G-Man Choi and Scott Barlow at the deadline, which were okay moves. G-Man Choi hasn't really played. I mean, our DH was just atrocious, so I understand why they need to get a GH, but excuse me, a DH. Not really any major moves there. It was kind of just a sit and play or sit pat and beef up the bullpen a little bit. I kind of was hoping we were going to get like an arm somewhere, another starter. Because really outside of Snell, it's been a little shaky. Because Darvish hasn't been that good. I think Snell. This might be some bias, but I think Snell could win Cy Young this year. Is that hot of a take? No, not a hot take. Rank
probably not, but
you
possible.
two have to possible. Okay. Um, but I do want to cut to the chase and say that I think this series versus the Diamondbacks, we played the Diamondbacks a few weeks ago, lost that series. Um, Playing today, obviously, we're 1-1 in the series. I think it's just gonna be huge because we've obviously struggled a lot versus our divisional opponents. Dodgers kind of little boyed us a little bit, a couple weeks ago, but what else is new? Um, I do want to say, and I know this is biased, but I think the league needs to turn their attention to Ha-Sung Kim. He is just one of the next great second basemen this league has seen. I haven't checked in a while, but as of a couple weeks ago, leading the league, the NL in WAR. Just saying, elite defender, can play anywhere in the infield. Homered while we were watching this. I think in July he had like 1,000 OPS. I just think people they need to start paying attention to Ha-Sung Kim. And that park, Petco Park, gets fucking loud for him. They get absurdly loud when Ha-Sung Kim comes up to the plate. He's a fan favorite, and he's a really good second baseman. And honestly, it makes me really like Korea. So
He's fifth in a NLVP award index according to ESPN right now.
he's fifth in what? What'd you say?
In NL MVP award rankings according to ESPN.
Dude, look at that. I mean, Fernando said it the other day. He's like, Ha-Sung Kim's been our best player this year, which is true. I mean, Manny hasn't showed up. Soto's been okay. Soto just fucking swings once in at bat. One hack Juan over there. because he's just so horny to get walked. But and then Fernando, I mean, he's been good, but it's been pretty underwhelming by your standards. So Ha-Seong Kim really has been our best player. What? What's so funny?
One hack one.
Dude, he is so horny to get walked. It's so annoying, dude. I just like want to scream at the TV, like swing the motherfucking bat. And he gets pissed when he gets struck out because it's a bad call. And it's like, all right, Soto, maybe that was like an inch away from the strike zone. It doesn't hurt, when you're down 0-2 to take a swing at it, But yeah, he's one hack one.
New nicknames from the show today.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the Padres they're just so good at giving me false hope. I think they have a chance to sneak in. I don't. Oh, we also got Rich Hill at the deadline, which that was a fucking terrible trade. He's been so terrible. I mean, I don't really know much about Rich Hill, but seems like a
Dick
journeyman.
Mountain? Yeah, he's an old Dick Mountain,
Former Met.
Yeah, he's pitched for a lot of teams.
The Rick Porcello, Michael Wacha Met era.
Yeah, he's been passed around.
Oh wow, okay. That's all I have on the Padres. I have the biggest crush on Ha-Seong Kim right now. So yeah, we'll see what can happen. Did you guys see Fernando stealing home a couple days ago?
Yeah.
That was pretty nice. Great call by Don Rosillo. What'd you say?
Boy.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. All right, that's all I got on the Padres. That was a tough way to end it, Liam.
Wander Franco briefly.
Oh yeah, what a dumbass. Wander Franco. He was lined up to be the next like generational shortstop of the MLB, and dude just threw it away because he has issues. He has mental issues. Dating a
14-year-old.
A 14-year-old. I saw some news story that apparently a second 8th grader has come forward. I don't know if that was
I saw that too.
Was that a joke or was that real?
That'd be a really fucked up joke.
They said like the police report's supposed to come out next week about their investigation. Like, this is crazy.
He really backed himself into a corner because the reason it's coming out is he didn't pay the hush money, right? And I mean, he was just gonna have to keep paying the hush money for the rest of his life, really. So
well, until she turned 18, which was still 4 years away.
What's the bigger like think about it logically? If he was paying her hush money, like how many payments do you think he made before like he stopped paying her? So like if she's 14 now, like how young was she when this started?
Yeah, you're right.
Dude, I hate to say it, but like, did you see when they found photos of him like in the minors and with her, the same chick from 2018?
She looked like she was literally what, like 8 or like something like that?
Maybe she was a 4th grader at the time. At the time these happened. Now she's no longer 14.
It's just like, why would you? Dude could literally have any girl he wants, and he's doing that. It doesn't make any sense. It's just, what a freaking idiot.
I don't think he plays baseball ever again.
No, he's going to be arrested. It's not going to fly.
It does suck because the Rays have had a great season, and this is just like a really stupid headline, little black cloud over the season. But
back-to-back seasons, the players never going to play baseball again. Trevor Bauer and now Wander Franco.
Yeah, youth invasion. Messed up. It's totally messed up. Let's switch topics. So last time we talked, Ronald Acuna was running away with the NL MVP. Now it's a lot closer. Freddie Freeman has been on an absolute tear. His stats this year are absolutely nuts too. Dude's batting .334, 23 home runs, 83 RBIs, OPS 413, slugging almost at 600. He's been crazy. Same batting average as Acuna, 4 less home runs, 10 more RBIs. Basically the same OPS. Obviously, Acuna he's on pace to have like I think like a 30, 30 like 50, 30, 70 season, something like that.
It's ridiculous. He could get to 40-40. He's at 50. He could be 40-50, 40-60. Like,
But is there any chance that Freddie Freeman could win this MVP?
I think he's got to get hot at the end, like really hot, and one of these guys has to fall off. Acuna's just been so well. So has Mookie Betts, played really well. I think
Yeah.
both those are probably over Freddie Freeman right now. And I think just the fact that Acuna's possibly getting to 40-50, 40-60, even if he doesn't reach there, like it's still a credible accomplishment in baseball. Like, it's got to be him.
How big of a deal is winning in the MVP? Not at all. So the Braves' success is really not going to factor into this decision for the voters. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really can't say anything positive about Freddie Freeman, just my nature. But yeah, guy's having a fucking great year. I don't know. I mean, is Acuna still the favorite, like Vegas wise?
Yeah,
definitely.
The odds have fallen though a lot. It went from like minus, I think, 4,000. Check what it is now. NL MVP.
All right, well, let's get some predictions though, Rank. If you got to choose one now, gun to the head.
Acuna wins it.
Yeah, it went from minus
your
4,000 to minus 650. So.
Oh wow. Rank, what's your like bottom line reasoning for that?
It's just the fact that he's going to get to 40-60, 40-70. Like, the home runs and stolen base have never been done before. Like, this is a historic season, and he's going to win it because of that.
Liam, what about you?
Yeah, I think Acuna's going to win it. You know, the Braves right now are the best team in baseball. He's their leader. I'd love to see him not win it, even though it would be a Dodger that would overtake him. But yeah, I think this is Acuna's race to lose. Put it that way.
The top four in odds, I think, are 2 Braves and 2 Dodgers. It's Acuna, Betts, Freeman, or Olsen. It's crazy.
Don't forget Ha-Seong Kim at the
Number 5.
Right after that. My desire to have a different opinion for the show, it can't be it'll never supersede my disliking for the Dodgers, so I'm gonna go with Acuna too. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Acuna. Although well, this is just completely random. I was thinking about this the other day. What do you think this does, like, psychologically to someone? The fact that when they won the World Series, he was just like injured the whole time.
That just shows how good the Braves are, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Do you think like he's in his mind like as hungry, like, you're hungry to get that first one, right? Like, do you think you're still
hungry.
as like mentally? You think you're as hungry?
And he's like more hungry to win one with him.
Yeah.
He's really thirsting for it now.
Does it feel? I mean, this is just purely going off on a psychological tangent. Do you think it feels like validated for him, like justified, like, this is my world? Like, what if he never wins another World Series and, like, he's gonna have to tell his kids and grandkids, like, I won the World Series when I was sitting in the dugout on my ass. I don't know.
Get that part.
What you
I
say?
hope. I really hope it gets to that.
I don't know. I just think psychologically, like, that's gotta eat. I think if we were in that case as an athlete, you just gotta be like, fuck, like, you want to be out there on the field or in any sport.
I totally agree.
It's almost like in the NBA where players want to win one with their own team compared to being a second player on the team. I think Acuna wants to win while playing there, similar to how, like, people thought KD wanted to win one by himself, or LeBron did want to win by himself. I mean.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Let's go to the NBA. Speaking of that, we got to talk about James Harden, who
start with the pizza party, baby.
Yeah,
jump right into it.
Little controversial, actually very controversial. He in some ad or something in China, he called Daryl Morey, the Sixers GM, a liar and said that he'll never play for his team. And apparently, one of the things that started their rift was because when they were negotiating contracts, Daryl Morey promised James Harden that they would have a pizza party every Friday for the entirety of the season. And after a month, it stopped happening. And that was the beginning of the quote unquote lies that Maury
Dude, that
Maury
has
told
to be
him.
made up. That has to be fake.
Dude,
Like that's something that when you're talking to like a toddler and they don't want to do something like, I'll give you a pizza party though every Friday if you
bro,
say yes.
it's James Harden. You've seen his belly. That thing is big. He cares about his
Just
gut more than he does other things.
just buy your own fucking pizza. You're making $40 million a year. What does it matter that Daryl Morey like went to one of the assistants and said, "Here's $60. Go buy some pizzas for the team." Like,
Can we have him be
what is the
confirmed?
relevance to this at all, dude? Like,
It's
I like
trust
James
through
Harden,
it.
but if this is true, this is just ridiculous.
It's all about trust, man.
James Harden has been the biggest player of like team player. He manipulates all the time where he wants to go. He'll sign these contracts and never play them out. Like he got fat to get his way out of Houston. He got fat to get his way out of Brooklyn. He's not getting pizza, so he can't get fucking fat to get out of Philly. He's just complaining about the pizza party.
That fat suit gets a lot of use, man.
Ridiculous.
Dude, imagine if this is true and like
But
you're like Embiid or Maxi and you hear this news and you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like everyone else who like, oh, the pizza party stopped happening, like, all right, whatever, like no big deal. And then they're like, this motherfucker's getting like tight about pizza parties. Like this is like NBA like championships out here. Like this is deciding do you want to play in Philly or somewhere else, and it's coming down to a pizza party. You think Daryl's like calling him up like, yo, James, we can do the pizza parties. Like we can like we're if that's all it was, man, like we can do pizza parties.
I think the trust was broken and the ship was sailed. Even Little Caesars couldn't fix this. I think it's done. It's done. And Rank, you always call like Kyrie the biggest cancer in the NBA. I think Harden is in a league of his own at this point.
they're both there. They're 1A, 1B. They're the two of them. The fact that the Brooklyn Nets made it to the playoffs with the two biggest cancers in the world in their team, Kevin Durant should go to the Hall of Fame automatically for just
No,
that was his
let's
biggest
not.
overcoming
Okay.
ever. Like these guys are bums. I'm obviously joking about the Kevin Durant thing, but like the two of them combined are just ridiculous.
He really should have never left Houston. That was just like he had a great reputation, a good image. You know, I really thought he was gonna not a Rocket for life, obviously, but like I thought he was gonna primarily be a Rocket for life.
Part of me
It
thinks
is
this
go.
story is true though, because of the whole like Embiid removed like Philly from his Instagram, from like Twitter bio and like all these things. I kind of feel like the Sixers are heading towards a full implosion of like
Rick, I know you
complete
don't like the
upscale chaos.
team, but you gotta at least feel bad. Like he had to deal with Ben Simmons shit, and now like this pizza party shit. Like Embiid, all you have to do is win, man. He
Yeah,
literally can't get a co-star that has an emotional IQ like or an emotional like fuck you know what I'm trying to say like a competent an emotional competence above the age of like 12. Like he literally can't get anybody to do that.
I feel bad for Embiid, but fuck Philly, and I'm so excited they're having another team implode. This is just fun for me.
The thing I don't get about this, and this is really why the pizza party shit is just ridiculous, is like I was under the impression that James Harden and Daryl Morey had a good relationship. Like obviously he was his GM in Houston, and then he followed Daryl Morey to Philly. Like, are you okay, Liam?
Dude,
It's just
I
kind of
can't believe it.
ridiculous, dude. It's like
I
so
can't
he
believe
clearly
it.
has a relationship with this guy, and a pizza party is enough to ruin it.
I just, what the hell is going on? What is going on? We're talking about an NBA player getting this upset about fucking Domino's. What the hell is going on?
Dude, you don't mess with James Harden and his food.
Yeah, okay. We gotta reel it
Food
back
and
in.
strippers, man. That's all this guy cares about.
This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous.
I don't even really want to talk about the NBA anymore, just so that we could just leave it just pizza party news.
I want to talk about one thing. I've been seeing a lot of mock trades. Clint Capella to the Mavs. If that happens, 1 seed confirmed. Just wanted to lock that in with you guys.
Rick, please bring up another topic
I
before he goes into a tangent about Clint Capella.
it's been we haven't done a show in a while, but did you guys see the day memo that came out apparently saying like two things came out of it? The league said that one, he never specifically requested a team to be traded for, and that he wouldn't play for like he never said that he was only a Heat person, but he also said that the league also said that if he does say that, then they're going to fine him. It seems ridiculous that Dame's the person that gets this problem with it. Meanwhile, James Harden has done this so many times he gets no punishment, or Kevin Durant for that aspect. Like so many other players have done this, but for some reason, Dame's the problem now.
I think Dame's a diva. He always says, "Oh, I'm not gonna run from the grind. I want to win one for Portland," and then he just lies. That's like what? Grow up, dude. Like you committed to this. I'm done. I think he should just stay in Portland. Stay there, buddy. You've always wanted to be there, so you can have your cake, but you can't eat it too. Grow up.
Yeah, I echo that.
You think he's traded by the start of the season or at the deadline?
Well, he doesn't have a no trade clause, right?
Yeah.
So he theoretically could get traded to any team. I'm sure they don't want to do him dirty and like send him to the fucking Pistons or something.
To the Magic he goes.
To the Magic. Dude, he dropped like 60 a game on the Magic.
And they lose by 100.
But I mean, like I don't know. I'd say like he does get traded. He might have to publicly come out and say like, yeah, like send me to any team. But I mean, the thing is, they could do that anyway. So like, I don't understand why it hasn't. I think they're just trying to do him right because he's kind of the franchise player of the last 15 years. I don't know. I don't know if he gets traded.
I think he gets
Sorry,
traded.
that was a bad answer, Rank, but sorry.
I think he gets traded.
Before the season, middle of the season, next off season?
Middle of the season.
Ooh,
I think it's
trade deadline type trade.
I saw one conspiracy theory that the only Trailblazers primetime game is, I think, a week after the trade deadline against the Miami Heat.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What the hell? That's just collusion. What is going on?
So, and actually, one other thing about the NBA I want to talk about. I saw some tweet about this. The amount of few primetime games these young stars are getting is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again?
Like these young stars of like Jalen Green, Wemby, Banchero, Cade Cunningham, they're like getting 1-2 games max primetime games a year. And the Lakers probably have like 40 something. I don't know. The fact that the Lakers are continuously on TV.
Sorry, you go. Sorry.
I understand you're trying to say SGA, and he got more this year.
Yeah.
But all these guys need primetime.
No, you're right. It's exactly. He got like 2 primetime games last year, and they had to add one in because of how well we did. I haven't checked this year. Do we have a good amount or no?
I think you have more, yeah. But all these guys need primetime games. Like spread it out a little more evenly.
Yeah, it's weird that the Warriors get literally 41. I think half their games are primetime, and then I think like the Hornets get like 2. It's like I don't know. It's just really strange. They want to grow the league. I get that by showing Steph Curry, LeBron James, but some people want to watch the rookies. I want to watch Scoot Henderson play.
I think it's just it's a lot to do with markets too. The big markets, they're going to have a lot of I don't know. I think it's a big money thing too. I guess it's kind of what you're saying with growing the game, but yeah, I agree. I would like to watch like I'll probably never watch fucking what's his name? Miller on the Hornets.
Nope.
Just because I'll probably just never watch him because they're not gonna have primetime games.
To be fair, I probably wouldn't watch any Hornets games anyway.
I know that we like have talked about enough criminals on this episode already, but is Miles Bridges like coming back? Like I think I saw something like that they were going to re-sign him.
I hate to say it, he would be a perfect fit in Dallas. I hate to say it, I really do.
Oh my god!
Tell me I'm like as a lob threat from Luka, I don't know.
I think he is coming back.
I'm just thinking like Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller would be running the game in the prison league. Like they'd go crazy. And the fact that they're reunited in Charlotte is just good for them.
Awesome.
Also
Wait,
true.
what?
The Thunder have
Running into the prison league. That's crazy. That'd be a crazy duo.
Thunder have 13 primetime games this year.
Wow.
Are you including like I personally don't include the NBA TV. Like that's just fuck that
Okay,
shit. Like,
two-
nobody has NBA TV.
What's NBA TV?
Exactly. So are you
Eight,
saying
eight non NBA TV
Oh, come
primetime
on,
games.
man. So
Five?
almost half of them were NBA TV. Like nobody watches NBA TV. I don't think anybody gets it. You have to like buy that shit.
We
Just
stream
put them on
these things.
ESPN.
Yeah, and the Rockets have one non. Like it's ridiculous. I don't know. Whatever.
Hilarious.
That is sad. All right, I'm kind of salving a little bit over this hoops grid you've just put in front of us.
Yeah, let's do it, fellas. What we got? True, your Thunder on here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of someone that's gonna be rare. Throw in Terrence Ferguson. I feel like that's got to be rare.
It's not responding. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep brainstorming.
Terrence Ferguson?
Terrence Ferguson, or if you want to get a little dirty, Isaiah Joe.
I think Joe's gonna be higher than Ferguson, but we'll try Joe. Okay, that's pretty good. I want to try in this one, top 30. We'll see if Hito Turkoglu is on here.
What?
I like that. I like that pick.
11%? You gotta be kidding me.
Well, who else do they have?
Frank,
It's probably Franz
you-
Wagner. That's it.
You know Hito Turkoglu. Dude won a most improved player one year.
2K
was
GOAT
cold.
too. 2K GOAT.
They called him the Turkish talent. You don't remember that?
That's awesome.
Magic
All right.
Thunder, you got old
I
people.
got you.
rare.
I got you.
What'd you
Hamidou
say?
Diallo.
Oh my God.
That's a good one.
That guy could
Dude,
dunk. He could
yeah,
throw
yeah.
down.
Dunk
Wow.
contest champion. Oh, why is that so high? All right, I'll think of another.
Who's going here, Rank? You said you got one?
Oladipo's Thunder Magic, but you can get a better one than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good pick though. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't.
Trying to think
think
of
that.
old Magic players.
Does you think they'll count Thunder and Sonics?
Sonics? Yeah, has
I was
to.
I don't know how many people would choose Rashard Lewis.
I was thinking that I was gonna put that for this one. We'll try
throw
it
him
though.
there.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be so. Oh
Too
wow!
high.
There we
I
go.
mean, that's lower than I thought. I thought it was gonna be a lot higher. Wow.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Pistons top 30
3-pointers.
in 3-pointers. They had to have some like bum sneak on there, right?
They've all had grind teams. They haven't really had much 3-pointer teams.
Low key.
Luke Kennard.
I don't want to say. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, but
What
You
about
think
you
he
think
made it?
Wayne Ellington ever snuck into the top 30?
oh my God, if he did, that's just. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm glad that he didn't. That's not right. If he did, Wayne
Former
Ellington
Pistons
snuck
did
in. Did Corey Joseph? There's no way, right?
Dude, that'd be amazing.
I doubt it.
Nuggets, Sixers.
Blake Griffin wasn't chucking like that, right? I mean, he was chucking, but like probably wasn't making a lot of threes.
Who was like the Robin on that team? I guess they didn't really have a Robin. That team was garbage. Did make
Which
the
team?
playoffs.
The Pistons?
Yeah.
Reggie
Nuggets, Pistons.
Jackson on that team.
I'm not typing that name in.
Thon Maker was on that team.
Thon Maker. What the? Oh.
Drummond.
Did Rasheed Wallace? Sadiq
You
Bey
think
ever get it?
Sadiq? That would be a good one.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, because he had that 50 burger. Bang. Nice rank.
Yeah.
Good call, Rank.
I was gonna see
God,
if
he's
DJ
so cute,
Augustine
too.
snuck on.
I like that. I like
Did
that.
DJ Augustine ever play for the Nuggets? Because he played for both these teams. Know that.
I don't think so.
Trying to think of
Austin
Nuggets
Rivers
journey.
is a Nuggets Sixers one.
Yeah. Well, we'll throw that in there. Why not? Oh, I spell it wrong.
I don't think he played for the Sixers actually.
What?
I think
That
it
was that was his dad.
I thought he played there.
um,
Didn't he?
he was a big Clippers guy. Low
Nuggets
key, I don't know
Pistons.
how common this would be. Magic Nuggets, Gary Harris. I was just thinking about the other side of that Aaron Gordon trade. If people remember, he
It's
was in
probably
that.
left common, yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Could do better.
Let's see. Sixers sharpshooters. Who was
Do you think
there?
Korkmaz ever did it?
Ooh.
No, not a chance. I'll type it in, but there's no way. Yeah. Dude, he didn't play enough. He was
Lou
kind of
Will?
just like bum on the end of the bench. Who?
Lou Will?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one, Rank.
That is a good one.
Oh,
I feel like JJ's too obvious. We can't.
Yeah,
We can't
Yeah.
do
JJ's obvious.
JJ.
Kyle Korver might have played for the Sixers, I think, but that's another obvious one, kind of. Rocco?
who's a real flamethrower? Who?
Robert Covington?
If Rocco
That's-
was in top 30 in threes, wow. How is that even possible?
He used to be a decent 3-point shooter.
Top 30 is crazy.
That is absurd. Jesus.
Pistons Nuggets. There's got to be some like,
Taking like backup point guards.
yeah,
If you want to throw Reggie on there, I
no.
don't think you want to talk
No.
about that guy.
What other teams did Ty Lawson play for? I don't think he played for either of those. Jameer Nelson would have fit right here. Damn.
Dude, Loki, I feel like we should redo this. I think we could do better on some of these. Um,
Who was Nuggets Sixers? Jeff Green never played for the Sixers, did he?
I don't think
I
so.
don't know. I don't think so. Um,
Oh, we could have put Mo Bamba right here. Damn, that would have been a good one. Let's
Mosif.
see.
Well, Allen Iverson's one, but that's easy.
Yeah.
I'm promising of old guys.
Huh.
Who was on that Nuggets team in 2K? We could put the
Ralph
Kembe.
Sampson.
Dikembe. Interesting. Uh,
I
dude, I
think
don't know.
one old guy I remember seeing all my trivia questions that I think might have played for both of them is Ralph Sampson.
Ralph, he was a Rockets ledge too. Which one rank? Pistons
I
or
think
Sixers?
Sixers Nuggets.
Damn.
Fuck, I don't know. Let's try Nuggets Pistons. I feel like that one's got to be easier.
Can't put Reggie Jackson. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Um, fuck, dude, I don't know.
Nene didn't play for the Pistons, did he? That was
No,
the
that's a good.
Rockets.
That's a
Bruce
good guess.
Brown might have played for the Pistons.
Oh, he did.
Oh, yeah, he
Bruce
did.
Brown did. Yeah,
He did. Good
he
call.
started
Rick.
there, right? Oh, uh-oh.
Oh,
Oops. Oh no. I fumbled. Oh, okay. This is gonna be pretty high. Oh wow, only 10%. I'm surprised.
I guess
Last
people.
one.
I guess a lot of people just think that he started with the Nets.
Last one, fellas. Can't pick AI.
Um, did Bellinelli ever play for the Nuggets?
Marco. Oh, I botch it. Wow, only one L. No, he didn't. Some bums that played for the Nuggets. It's like on the end of their bench.
DeAndre Jordan plays both of them.
I don't
He
think the
played for
Sixers.
No, DeMarcus Cousins.
who are
Paul
those?
Millsap.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, Paul, B-ball Paul. Bang.
nice rank. I totally fucking forgot he was on the
That
Sixers.
was a good one. I was gonna say
That's pretty good.
Ish Smith.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Ish Smith,
Good.
master of
He
the
did better
dish.
than how is this only better than
That's
like half
crazy.
the grades? They're all
110%
under,
everything, basically.
yeah. Besides Diallo, they're all like 10% or lower. That's
All right. What birthdays we got, Liam?
um I gotta do some research on that. I gotta ask you guys this. Way too early. Season hasn't started. Who's winning MVP this year in the NFL?
You have Lamar Jackson, you've told us.
That was kind of a joke. Um, I want him to win it, but I don't think he will. Oh, we got some good ones in baseball.
I don't even know. Patron was too easy. I say Herbert every year. Daniel Jones is too homer. I'm gonna go Aaron Rodgers. Why not? It's also fun. Rodgers.
Oh,
That was gross.
true. Who we got? Detroit.
I don't know. I don't know. I want to go like super bold and just say it's going to be Justin Jefferson, like a wide receiver wins it.
I
Just
love that.
I don't know. I don't want to like. I feel like I don't feel like choosing a quarterback. Yeah, be a little bold today. Um, can't be choosing running backs clearly.
No
I
Geno
don't
Smith
know.
for MVP.
Gino, I thought about that. It's just not gonna happen. I actually thought about Kenneth Walker more than Geno Smith, but um, no, we'll keep it. We'll keep it at Justin Jefferson. I think he actually could win one in his career.
Okay. I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence. Trevor
Wow,
I like
Lawrence
that one.
MVP.
beautiful
Yep.
take there.
Calvin
Yeah.
is looking really good in camp.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and then behind him we'll throw Bijan Robinson. Yeah.
Wow.
Those will be that's my top three. Okay. We got some birthdays today. Baseball, we got Orioles legend, shortstop JJ Hardy. Happy birthday to
Wow.
you. And
Happy
we have
birthday.
Mets legend and announcer Ron Darling. Happy
Oh,
birthday
Ron.
to Ron. I can't wait to hear him call the game tonight. In basketball, we got Keegan Murray. Happy birthday to
Okay,
Keegan of the Sacramento Kings.
young
Um,
stud.
and Roy Rogers, who turns 50 today. I don't know who that is, but I know there's like a food chain named Roy Rogers, so that's pretty dope.
Nice.
In football, we got Darrell Henderson. Happy birthday to you. Um, anybody else? Oh, also speaking of football, Jimmy Graham got arrested. I didn't know if you guys saw that.
What for
He had like
what?
a quote unquote medical episode in Southern California.
Interesting.
So
What did
don't
he get arrested for?
I don't know. That's what the headline said.
Liam, you're missing one big NFL birthday that I've been looking forward to.
I'm still going. I'm still going. We got our boy from quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins. Happy
Yeah.
birthday. And Patrick Chung. I know you guys remember him. Patriots gunner. Happy birthday to him. Anybody else on here? Well, there are a lot of NFL birthdays today. Yeah. We got some guy named Urias. Happy birthday. That's his full name. In soccer, we got Lefty and Die. Happy birthday to Lefty.
That boy.
That's his name.
Standing up for
Yeah.
all us lefties. Okay. Go.
Yep. He turns 38, Truett. It's great.
To answer your question, by the way, per TMZ, Graham was reportedly arrested for suspicion of being under the influence of a controlled substance and resisting, delaying, and obstructing a police officer.
Interesting.
So that is.
I hope he figures it out.
Yeah. They said
I
they
hope
think
he
it was a
figures that
seizure.
out. Oh God. Jeez. Yeah, that's all we got for birthdays. Happy birthdays to all those guys out there in the
Shout
world
out
of
Lefty.
sports.
Shout out
Shout out
Lefty.
Lefty.
Big Lefty
Shout out
birthday.
our friend Tom Casper, who celebrated his 23rd the other day.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, T. Happy birthday. Happy
Loyal
belated.
fan of the show. Always we gotta get him on here one time just so we can shit on the Sixers and the Phillies and the Eagles and everything.
One of my favorite pastimes.
Delusional Philly fan. Yep.
Yeah.
Delusional. Great.
Alrighty. I think that's all we have. As always, thank you everybody for watching Fun in the Locker Room. We hope you had some fun in the locker room with us, as always. We'll see you. We'll see you when we see you next. Don't forget the Twitter. This will go up on the YouTube at some point. Let's have some fun in the locker room in the future.
Cool.